Okay, so the number 9 thing I learned from Microsoft in 2015 is that the LARs became even less relevant. In my work with clients, I get asked quite often, how do you work with my LAR or my reseller? And the reality is that over the last 6 to 9 years, Microsoft has been diminishing their roles. As they brought on more licensing specialists internally, the reliance that they had on the LARs in that community decreased because they had more people selling you licenses internally. And so they've slowly kind of diminished the role that they had. They actually have sort of made it so that really their primary role is not to sell you an EA, particularly in the enterprise space. In the smaller account base, the resellers probably still have a sizable role, but if you're talking any organization 2,000 PCs plus, you've probably got a dedicated Microsoft account team that has lots of resources for you. And so they've sort of relegated them in that space to just being about transacting the paperwork. So in other words, it's about the contract. Microsoft negotiates directly with you. In fact, they probably don't even include the reseller in those conversations. And so they really push them to the periphery. Going back, I think in one of the other videos, I talked about how I was at an event where one of the LARs was talking about how they got paid. And one of the things that he was saying is that on level C and level D contracts, they basically make no money anymore. So they're down to less than 1% is what he was saying of the total value of your contract is what they earn. And so they've really pushed that out. And what they've done is, as we were talking about in one of the earlier videos around deployment as the new king in Microsoft, is they've taken the money that they used to pay those and pushed that to deployment initiatives. So the LAR can actually go out and take and still earn the same amount of fees, so to speak, but they have to get you to deploy the technology and be signed up as the deployment partner in order to do that. Where it makes them less relevant is those fees can be earned by people that aren't LARs. So it's not just the LARs that can earn that, other partners of Microsoft's can earn these deployment fees. And so they've really taken and created competition in the marketplace around deployment and the dollars that they pay to get deployment, and diminished where the LAR's role is. So the number 9 thing I learned is that the role of the LAR was diminished even further in 2015.